Buying a property through auction couldn't be simpler. What is the difference between unconditional auction and conditional auction?
The most simplest difference between the two are timescales. Unconditional typically will be a 28-day completion, but that will be subject to any special conditions. So it will be an immediate exchange of contracts with 28 days, subject to any special conditions, to complete. Where necessary, it is possible for a buyer to request a slightly extended completion, but it would still be the immediate exchange of contracts. But if a buyer felt they needed 6 weeks rather than 4 weeks to complete, subject to the vendor agreeing, that can be pre-agreed as long as it is done before bidding. Conditional offers a delayed exchange of contracts. Upon the fall of the hammer or the online auction ticking to 0 seconds and that auction closing, the buyer would pay a reservation fee and or a deposit, and they would then have 28 days to exchange contracts and then a further 28 days to complete, being a total of 56 days.
Does it mean there is something wrong with the property if it's going to auction?
Absolutely not. Auction is becoming more and more popular, widely spread across the country. We've got properties or rooms for £3,000 that we're selling. We've got houses, flats, bungalows that we've sold for, in the last 12 months, I can remember a bungalow we sold for £2.8 million. The auction is just a great way of selling. It's open and transparent. It's secure. It offers fixed timescales and it benefits both buyer and seller. And we will get the best possible price available in the current marketplace using our open and transparent bidding platform on our website. Or if it's going to a traditional room, again, you get the best price in that open bidding forum.
Who benefits from auction, buyers or sellers, or both?
Both buyer and seller benefit from auction. Referring back to one of your previous questions, from a buyer's perspective, they get the exclusivity that once they've put that money down and bought the property at auction, it's theirs and nobody else can gazump them. From a seller's perspective, then they've got the security that their buyer's committed to them. So in answer to your question, 100% both parties benefit from auction.
Can I still get a survey organised in time?
Surveys can definitely be arranged at the buyer's expense prior to the auction taking place. We advise if you are buying with a mortgage that you get that done, but there's no issues with arranging surveys as long as it's booked in well in advance of the auction day.
Why do I need to pay a deposit and where is this held?
The deposit's held in our client account. The main reason to pay the deposit is to give you that complete exclusivity that once you've bought the property and the deposit's been paid, that no other buyers can come in and pip you at the post. So it stops any opportunity of gazumping.
What is an online auction? Is it like eBay?
Yeah, in principle, it is like eBay, but the benefit with our online auctions are that a buyer has a window of 10 minutes, a 10-minute period at the end of that auction, or as the auction's drawing to a close, where they can make a decision at their leisure within that 10 minutes. So it just stops that last-minute eBay sniper type bidding.
What happens if the seller pulls from the sale?
If the seller was to pull out of the transaction, then the deposit monies paid by the buyer will be refunded to the buyer.
Should I view the property or will the catalogue have all the information in?
Viewings are highly recommended. Certainly, in this day and age, with modern technology, you can view it via the video tours. Most, if not all of our properties will have a video tour available on our website to view. But if you're not happy with the video tour, and like I previously said, and you prefer an internal inspection, then absolutely that can be arranged. We've just got to ensure that we're adhering to the various social distancing guidelines that are in place.
If I'm buying with a mortgage, can I still bid?
Absolutely. We've got trained mortgage advisors at hand that we can refer you to in advance of the auction. We'd strongly advise, if you are buying with a mortgage, that you speak to one of our advisors who are used to dealing with auctions on a daily basis, and they can arrange for a survey or a mortgage valuation to be carried out in advance of the auction. So not only will you know what your limits are for bidding, but you'll also know that you as an individual are able to get a mortgage on the particular property.
How do I go about bidding on a property that I've seen?
Bidding on any of our auction lots is really simple. Whether you're buying through our own bidding platform on pattinson.co.uk or using one of our white labelled partner agent sites, it is completely safe and secure and transparent to all parties. To bid, just visit our website, find the property you're looking for, and it's very clear, the Bid Now button. And if you haven't viewed the property already, you can also view the property or arrange to view a property if you're not happy with the video tour and you prefer an internal inspection. That's also doable.
How can we exchange immediately?
All of our properties have a legal pack available, whether you're buying on a conditional or an unconditional basis. Very simply, the difference between the two is one offers an immediate exchange and the other, being conditional, has a delayed exchange of 28 days with a further 28 days to complete thereafter. With having that legal pack, that means that all the information is there that you need to be able to exchange. And that's not limited to, but is inclusive of searches, title information, if there's a home information report, property information form being completed by the seller, that'll also be available.
Contact us today to find out more.